One event for which the entire country has been gearing up for upwards of 1 year now is the 80th birthday anniversary of Chief Oyekunle Aremu Alex Duduyemi OFR, a proud old boy of the prestigious Oduduwa College Ile-Ife in Osun State, where he passed out in 1950. Chief Oyekunle Aremu Alex Duduyemi OFR, the Aro of Ile-Ife and Asiwaju of the Source, is a lawyer who represented Ife Central Constituency in the Federal House of Representatives in the First Republic and later served as a parliamentary secretary to Nigeria's first Prime Minister, Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. A philanthropist without boundaries and one of Nigeria's leading entrepreneurs, Chief Alex Duduyemi's business interests span agricultural commodities with one of the largest fishing companies in Nigeria and parts of Africa. Chief Alex Duduyemi's vast business conglomerate made a successful foray into the oil and gas sector as far back as 1989 with the birth of Equitable Petroleum Services. An ardent supporter of education, Chief Alex Duduyemi established the Alex Duduyemi Memorial College in 1997, through which he has been giving scholarships to indigent students to widen their educational horizon. Chief Alex Duduyemi is a trustee of the prestigious Island Club, member of the Yoruba Tennis Club, Ife Metropolitan Club, chairman Elders Forum of Ile-Ife. Chief Alex Duduyemi is also a member of the Metropolitan Club Lagos, where the first leg of the celebration marking his 80th birthday anniversary was held. The event, which was the launch and presentation of a biography on Chief Alex Duduyemi, quite aptly titled Quintessential Colossus, Oyekunle Alex Duduyemi, even though scheduled for the early hours of the morning of Thursday, 30th July 2015, usually a very busy day on Lagos Island with serious traffic challenges, still polled a quality audience comprising the leading lights in the various spheres of the nation's life, including friends of the Duduyemis from other climes. Chief Alex Duduyemi's widely acclaimed pan-Nigerian credentials in terms of his friends, associates, and colleagues, and his very warm disposition towards everyone, was robustly compensated with the rich attendance at the event. The Awujale and paramount ruler of Ijebuland, the Alaki and paramount ruler of Egbaland, led the huge lineup of monarchs from the southwest of Nigeria. Chief Ayo Adebanjo, Chief Sonny Odogu, Chief Hari Akonde, Chief S.O.B. Babalola, Colonel Kayode Are, retired, former NSA, Lieutenant General Alani Akinrinade, retired, Chief Akindele, the Right Reverend Ranti Odubogun, the Lord Bishop of Ife Anglican Diocese. The chairman of the esteemed event was Chief Ernest Shoneko, GCFR, former head of state. The keynote address was delivered by Mr. Tunde Lemon, former Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. The book, Quintessential Colossus, Oyekunle Alex Duduyemi, was reviewed by Professor Oye Bidakpo Obe OFR, former Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos. The book, which was authored by Olunaye Oluwole, Managing Consultant, My Heritage Books, was presented by billionaire entrepreneur and founder and chairman, Honeywell Holdings, Dr. Oba Otudeko, CFR. In his opening remarks, the chairman of the occasion, Chief Ernest Shoneko, who had had a relationship spanning 55 years with the celebrant, recounted how they first met in the United Kingdom. Chief Ernest Shoneko stated that what marks Chief Alex Duduyemi out is his dogged determination and focus, which have been the hallmark of his success story at every turn. Chief Shoneko thanked Chief Mrs. Duduyemi, the confidant and consort of Chief Alex Duduyemi, who has been a major source of great support for her husband. Chief Ernest Shoneko was delighted that Chief Alex Duduyemi had the interests of the young people at heart with the thought-provoking lessons embedded in the book, which has 5 chapters. In the keynote address of Mr. Tunde Lemon, which looked at managing a successful business in a challenging environment like Nigeria, he said the bane of the development of Nigeria are nepotism, corruption, and misplacement of priority, among others. Mr. Tunde Lemon revisited the Nigerian economy from the oil boom era from 1960 to 1972, the structural adjustment era of 1986 to 1993, and the era of deregulation up to the democratic era of between 1999 to date. Mr. Tunde Lemo sees Nigeria's return to democracy in 1999 and the new commitment to economic reforms, an appreciable increase in the nation's GDP, and the effort at debt relief as conscious efforts to improve the economy.
Nigeria is now reputed to be the biggest economy in Africa, with GDP number of about $573 billion and over 170 million very well educated and youthful labor force. For business activities to thrive, my view as I begin to wind down is one, we must address poverty. Attempts have been made in the last decade to alleviate poverty, but this has not been sufficient. With the Nigeria's per capita income currently at 3,213 and Human Development Index, that's the real index that measures poverty. No wonder we are put at position 152 out of the 177 countries surveyed by our development partners. With life expectancy currently at just over 52 years, a lot should be done about human development, a lot should be done to alleviate poverty.
However, he advocated the streamlining of tax administration, the integration of Nigeria's products into global mainframe, a stable foreign exchange, and more importantly, consistent policies and strategic management of the economy as measures that will see Nigeria's economy out of the woods. In the review of the book, Quintessential Colossus, Oyekunle Alex Duduyemi, Professor Bidakbo Obe, former Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos, who said he had read the book over 5 times, urged the audience to grab a copy of the book because it was written in a very easy to assimilate fashion with a lot of important lessons for those who aspire to become successful entrepreneurs, like the celebrant whose zero to hero story is an inspiration to many that through hard work and determination, nothing is impossible in life.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, your Royal Highnesses, I just see this biography will motivate a large number of our young children who will say that if the Ashiwaju and the Aro of Ife can make it, I also can make it. That is the essence of ensuring that this book gets beyond us to those small children. I've read this book over and over again. I think it's something that we should read. This book is also unique and educative by the way each of the sections and chapters starts. It is, in general, a very soothing book to read, especially in challenging climes such as what we are in. Thank you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for listening to me and for your attention. I thank you.
One interesting aspect of the event that caught the attention of everyone, which further brought to the fore the celebrant's huge investment in the training of his children in some of the best institutions of learning in the world, as aptly demonstrated in the masterful delivery of the excerpts of the 5 chapters of the book by the children.
Duduyemi awoke to the thunderous thrashing of rainfall, lashing on his rooftop with much viciousness as a lioness protecting her cubs from other predators. The skies over Lokoja, the capital of the British Northern Nigeria Protectorate, beheld a scowl, probably hinting that it was time he found his way back to his roots, his origin and people. With this feeling came the realization that his sojourn in Lokoja was gradually coming to an end, and he began to think of the many good people, friends and business associates he would leave behind.
Closing remark of Sir Tafawa Balewa's speech opened a new chapter in Oyekunle Alex Duduyemi's life, as he was inspired more than ever before, not only to return home, but also to dedicate his life to the service of his country. The ship was full of young men and women, mostly of African descent, returning to their countries after their sojourn in England. As the waves continued to billow in awesome majesty, Oyekunle stood on the upper deck, a distance away from the crowd, to absorb the serenity and beauty of the vast mass of water.
As they retired to bed that evening, Oyekunle reminded Stella of his departure for the port the following day in preparation for the shipment and exportation of his merchandise. A loud thunder resounded from the skies with lightning flashes, and in no time, the clouds parted and gave way to the rains. The smell of raindrops as they kissed the dusty soil aroused Oyekunle from his sleep. "It can't be raining," he said aloud as he sprang from the bed. "Shola, Shola, Shola, wake up, I'm in trouble," he exclaimed. "It's 2 a.m. in the middle of the night," his wife muffled. In between getting out of bed and putting on his clothes, he explained the risk of losing his entire merchandise, copra, if they became exposed to rain. He recalled that fateful day that he bade his ancestral home goodbye for life's journey to the unknown. "Life surely is a continuum," he muttered to himself, and being a custodian of his ancestors' legacy, Oyekunle resolved to deploy his wealth for the benefit of the humanity through educational projects, which was in agreement with the position espoused by Dr. Nelson Mandela that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Thus, it was not much of a mystery or surprise to the people of Ile-Ife when he established the Henry Alex Duduyemi Memorial College, HAMEC, on the 24th of November 1997 in his ancestral home and in the honor of his father.
The love for Italian art and decor Oyekunle Alex Duduyemi on a quest from London to Italy, the home of lovers, arts, food, architecture, wine, and many more. Venice, a picturesque city of gondolas, fine architecture and artworks, was his first on the adventure. His recognition, appreciation, and love for quality, not necessarily in terms of price, is astonishing, as well as an expression of natural talent. His penchant for style and quality left anyone spellbound. It was not much of a mystery that Murano, a Venetian island and the home of Murano glass and glass chandeliers, was his favorite.
The book presentation was conducted by the chief presenter, Dr. Oba Otudeko, CFR, the founder and chairman of Honeywell Group. He began by praising the celebrant for laying the right foundation that has encouraged people like him and others to follow his footsteps. He said Chief Alex Duduyemi is a pride not only to Nigeria but to the world in general.
So much has been said about him, but I can testify to the fact that the Lord has done great things for you, and therefore you have a cause to rejoice in the Lord. To be 80 years of age is a gift of God. And to be 80 years of age in good health, it's also very special. Much so to see your children and see your children's children. It is fulfillment of the promise of God to those His elect. You are at an age and at a point when you should look back and count your blessings. Name them one by one so that you can delight in what the good Lord has done for you. You are a very generous giver. That I testified to by so many people here. They call you a philanthropist. I like to put par excellence. That is what you are.
In company of dignitaries that included Chief Ayo Adebanjo, Chief Sonny Odogu, Chief Akindele, and the Awujale of Ijebuland, who unveiled the book, one after the other, they all spoke about the celebrant and launched the book generously.
I congratulate you, Mrs. Alex. I congratulate you very warmly. I go to meet again at Ife on the 9th, Saturday. I will be there with you, celebrate with you. That will show you my love and affection, Alex. With this, I want to associate myself with Old Million for this copy.
Alex, we've known ourselves for donkey years when we were in the teens. I would say that I may be one of your best friends, although I'm older than you. I heard all what they said about you, all what they wrote about you, but they missed something about you. You're a man beyond tribe. You're a true Nigerian. I know who your friends are, honest. For all the Obas to be here today, especially the Obas from Jebulan and Ife, and all the other people here today, is because they all love you. If you have spread your reputation all over the place, I can assure you, lots of people have come from all over Nigeria. People respect you, if you don't know, as a very honest person. God bless you.
Dr. Oba Chideko made an earth-shaking donation at the event. Proceeds of the donations are to go to Alex Duduyemi Memorial Education Endowment for scholarship grants to deserving Nigerians, especially in Ile-Ife, the hometown of Chief Alex Duduyemi. The remarks by the author of the book, Oluneye Oluwole, managing consultant of My Heritage Books, brought the very exciting and intellectually stimulating event to an end. The grand finale of the 80th birthday anniversary celebration of Chief Alex Duduyemi, originally slated for Ile-Ife on the 9th of August 2015, has been shifted to Lagos.